All right, guys, so let's jump right into this. I'm gonna break this engine apart in this video. So this is probably like a second part of the last video of me buying it. See if I got my money's worth out of this. Of course, this top end has to be replaced, but we're gonna see what's on the bottom end today. So got that big boy right there. Help me break these bolts apart. So yeah, it's a lot of rust on this motor. I'm letting the WD-40 just sit on top of these bolts. Hopefully they seep in a little bit before I start breaking this loose. So we got also got a new Motion Pro flywheel puller. I'm gonna put some Loctite on this time. I'm not stripping that. I'm not taking the risk of stripping that out. So put a little Loctite on it and see how that works. You guys stay tuned. All right, so we got that flywheel bolt off. Gonna put flywheel puller in here. Of course, it's backwards threaded. Make sure we pull this all the way out. Like I said, I did. The only reason why I put a little Loctite in there, the last time I did this, I stripped the bolts out. So don't want any movement inside there. If that makes any sense. I'm just gonna take that all the way out. So I'm gonna tighten this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit it with this. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna hit it with this and see if I can pull that flywheel off. All right, so we got the flywheel puller on there. I did put a little Loctite on this. You guys may have seen. I don't know if any of you guys tried that before. That's just something that I thought of. Hopefully it works, and hopefully I don't strip the flywheel out like I did last time. That was a nightmare. But anyways, I'm gonna start disassembling the clutch side of the case. This is my first time doing this on camera, and my second time doing it in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna get this ripped apart, and then I'm gonna rip the other side of the part, and I'm gonna split the case. Goodness gracious, this stuff is all stuck in here really good. So I'm not gonna be reusing these clutch plates anyway, so this clutch basket, so it really doesn't matter. Take these clutch plates out of here. Another napkin. Yeah, man, good deal for what I got it for so far. But what I'm really hoping for is that the inside is good. As you guys can see, they don't have the little lock washer in here behind this bolt. There's supposed to be a little lock washer in there. So what I've learned from a couple of builders on YouTube is they write down the parts that they need. So that's what I'm gonna do as I'm ripping this down. And also, the last time I ripped my Banshee apart. I always kept my stuff organized. Even though I might not reuse these parts, it's always good just to keep the stuff organized. And I like to write on the bag as well. So I put like I said, I'm a little OCD with my stuff. I like to keep everything organized and whatnot. But that's what I be doing. That's what I'm gonna do for every single thing I take out of this motor. So it's gonna be a lot of skipping in and out, but we're gonna get it done. Let's see if we can find bolt for this. This thing is a lifesaver right here. Just hold that clutch basket. Goodness, man, that's garbage. Take this one off. Might be reusable. Whoa, whoa. Goodness, they didn't put no sealant in there. This motor probably blew up at one moment. I wouldn't be surprised. All these parts look good, so these are savable and reusable. It's good to see all these parts look good. Might go ahead and change that washer out, but keep all this stuff in the same bag for now. Always good to have some shop towels too. Let's clutch basket off. Of course, it should be a washer in here somewhere, right there. And it's another washer on the other side of this, right under here. Wow, look at that. This one didn't even have the clip on it. I believe it's supposed to be a clip right there. That doesn't even have the clip. I wonder what happened to the clip. I believe this is the idler gear. But yeah, it doesn't even have a clip on it. It's supposed to be a black clip over here and I believe a washer, if I remember. But yeah, we'll put that in its own bag. Like I said, that basket is getting changed out too. All this stuff will be cleaned with carb cleaner later down the line. Goodness, it's so much oil. All the stuff that I want to change. Flywheel that I might keep, but I'm considering changing. I'm just gonna keep it away from the other parts. Of course, this I can focus on this later. Like I said, I need a bigger workbench, but now it's good. A lot of low oil. Yeah, let's put this in that other bag too. Almost forgot. Bag with this washer. Start getting all this stuff out too. Goodness, man, this thing is so corroded. That whole this thing is getting changed out as well. You can see it's hard to pull up out of here, so much rust. All right, so like I said, I am taking everything off this motor. We got this screwdriver. I forgot what it's called. So basically you hit this on the back and it actually hammers while you're hitting it to keep anything from stripping or breaking off. So I'll put the name in this video what this is. I love using this because I'm known to strip bolts. Strip bolt master. But yeah, so basically all you do is hit it. I don't even have my hammer right now, and it just break the bolts loose. It's the worst. It's the worst part right here, man. Taking these little bolts out. You can see came out. There. Like I said, I'm real OCD about my stuff. So these screws, the head, the Phillips head on them, like the strip out when you screwing them. That's the only reason why I'm using this, so I don't have to buy new little screws like this. Cost like $5 on Partzilla. But these weren't going nowhere, I can tell you that. Yeah, these weren't going nowhere. These in the bag. Kickstarter year. whole assembly. I'll look at that later to see if anything is wrong with it, but it looks pretty good. So this whole side is almost done. I'm gonna turn it around to the other side. Pop this flywheel off real quick, hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Get this flywheel off. Like I said last time, I tried to do something like this. The whole thing, what am I talking about? I messed it up, stripped it out. Partially wasn't my fault, partially was. Wasn't expecting it to do that. Messed up an OEM flywheel and an OEM stator. Ended up costing me a whole $1,000 to get that replaced. So, not making the same mistakes again. See if we can get this thing to hold. I don't know which way is it gonna even turn. Yeah, forget that. It's not gonna work. Let's get this. It's been sitting for a minute, so hopefully it's ready. Yes, and it's not an OEM stator. Not an OEM stator, sadly. So it's a stator on here, but it's not OEM. Look like some Chinese knockoff stuff. So don't get what you want all the time, but still got a flywheel and a stator. Flywheel is going up for sale. Looks in okay condition. Yeah, I'm gonna be selling this. So yeah, let's just pull this out of here real quick. This almost forgot it was backwards threaded. We got that side off, so man, that's a bummer. No OEM stator. I was kind of figuring that by looking at this cord, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, it's probably a Ricky stator. I don't know. I'll probably keep that for now to find out what type of stator it is, or it might be a Chinese knockoff. Let me move it to the other side again. But now we're gonna try to click that shifter out, hit that shifter out. something. Let me see. That's just getting dirty. This is getting dirty. I'm not gonna stop the video and clean it up a little bit. But yeah, let's see if we hit this. Alright, so we got that shifter out. Don't look in really bad shape. Yeah, don't really look in bad shape. Probably could save it, get it repolished or something. Save it. I probably could save it. I might do that and just replace these springs out. To the side. Only thing that I hate about the GoPro is that it just keeps dying. Like, that's one thing that I hate about that GoPro. This thing is leaking oil like crazy. Matter of fact, I know why. I know exactly why it's still leaking oil too. It's because that oil bolt's still in there. Couldn't get this bolt out yesterday. We got this now. Like magic. Goodness gracious, man. Probably not gonna reuse this bolt anyways. We're everywhere. Oh yeah, we got her out. We got her out. Trying to stay organized by any means. That is my problem. Video might be a little boring for some of y'all, but this is really for the people who really love watching Banshee stuff, I guess. Me, this is fun for me. I could do this all day, every day. Oh my gosh, man. See this? See this? Keep on doing the same thing. Dropping stuff in the oil. Prop it back up close for you guys. Put the oil bolt back in there just so it will stop leaking. Hand tighten it. See, turn it this way a little bit. All right, so we gotta get this one off. The thing, I forgot what the name of that bolt was. but always gave me trouble adjusting it. It gave me trouble on my first build. First and only build. Yeah. Telling you, for a person who's new to this, really came on easy to me. I'm not even trying to brag, I'm just saying. This stuff is like, I do work construction during the day, so really good with my hands. But yeah, this stuff is not that hard to do, especially just ripping it apart. I've seen a couple people do it on YouTube anyway, so really not that difficult. That look like a, let's see, like a full, like a 16. That's 17. 17. Hey, say what you want about Walmart, socket sets, tools, and having no problem ripping this motor apart right now. That, and I got this. Shout out to my boy from work, Nate. Appreciate it, man. He let me use this, so game changer. Yeah, let's get this one off. Only thing, this. I have to use an adapter. I really don't even need this. Let's use this one. Might replace this whole piece right here. So I just took that out of there. Everything is oily. The floor is oily. I'm oily. Hands are oily. Goodness. What's in there? Yeah, it's an OEM shift star. Yeah, the OEM. So another scary part. Let's pull out that screwdriver again. I'll just get that off after I split the case. All right, let's continue. Camera keeps shutting off, so I just had to let it sit for a minute. But yeah, sadly this is not an OEM. I actually don't even need to. Yeah, I just removed the whole stator. Most of this stuff is getting sent out of vapor blast, so the case, this piece, I don't feel like buying all this stuff over again. I already went through that before. You can save a lot of money when you just use the old parts and get them cleaned. Cheap Chinese stator. I might just get a new one of these. I don't know yet. Yeah, let's just leave this on here for now. Almost there. Got a couple more things to take off. This one. With these things, when I'm on a bench, I like to utilize this tool. This is good for a lot of stuff. It's just getting it on there sometimes is the problem. Still haven't got used to that. This thing's very powerful. Another part that's going in the dumpster. I'm gonna be reusing that. It's size 15 sprocket. That's everything right there. We can split this open. Let me try to take these bolts off the top real quick. I'm just hoping that, you know, these things break loose, these bolts, and they don't break loose in the case. About to see right now. Okay, looking good so far. Looks like that some of that WD-40 may have got down there. Whoa, see? Whoa. Whoa. Look at that. Snap right off. Knew it. Let's work it back and forth. If I can get that one out later. Just loosen them up for now. I knew one of them was gonna snap. All I'm doing is just working back and forth. Seeing I can shimmy them out a little bit. Sorry for the camera angle, guys. Just ain't got nothing to prop it up on. Snap one bolt. Said it before it happened. Get this one out. I'm just waiting till I get to the part where I gotta actually split the case. Alright, so all the bolts are removed on the top. We'll flip it over. So we go. Let's sit for a little minute. So basically this is how it's looking right now. Like I said, I don't have a good camera angle for you guys, but we got everything soaking in WD-40 now, so we're about to break these off with this big boy right here. It should be easy work. Hopefully. Especially this thing strong. Alright, so let's try to break it open. Hit it with the rubber mallet a couple times. If not, I use the hammer. All the screws are off. We'll definitely for it around these seams. I don't know if this helps or not, but I try to put WD-40 on everything. Desk is dirty. Let's clean a little bit of this stuff up. Keep a lot of these Ziploc bags. They come in handy. All right, let's try to open it. Should have took the pistons off though. I feel like trying to pull those. There it is. Try not to use a hammer, but sometimes you got to. Not hitting it hard. These front mounts like to break off. Yeah, so that GoPro kept dying, so I had to switch to my phone. Besides the crank, everything in the bottom end looks good. These shift forks, they look okay. The shift drum in there looks really good as well. No chips or any damage done to that. Spins freely, doesn't bind up. Then, of course, we got the transmission here. Trying to show y'all it spinning. Throw this on with one hand like a pro. Now I'm missing the other bearing. No, it's on there. You guys can see it shifts through all the gears smoothly, no binding. Of course, it doesn't have the Pro Mod like my other one. My other one was shifting through smooth. But yeah, good transmission. This will be reused. As far as the crank goes, might get it rebuilt and then sold. And then we probably send these cases out to get them vapor blasted. So OEM cases, and they're in good shape actually. Besides the rust, no chain whack, no damage done to the case. The surfaces look good. Other than this rust in here, if I can take this crank out with one hand, let me try to get it like that. There it is. Got all that mud in there. Look at my desk. This is what happens when I'm building, when I'm taking apart engines or working on anything. This is what happens. Got my parts list over there, as you guys can see. I was talking about. And all my parts are over there. Most of the bags are labeled. Of course, the obvious stuff like these, that's obvious. So yeah, tomorrow I'll clean all this up. Look at that gunk in there, but people had this bike sitting outside for 7 years. Look at that transmission. All this stuff will be cleaned in carburetor cleaner or gasoline. And yeah, most of the parts are good. I just need a new top end, a couple little small parts on the clutch side. And I can throw this baby back together, but y'all already know, if you ain't biking, you ain't lifing. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and y'all be easy. To the next one.